Good. And now he's in a closet next to your gayness. And on that note, a 6-year-old boy once came out to me. And it's not what you think. He didn't say to me, someday some comic is going to make terrible jokes about me. And I'm worried. No, he didn't say that. I was a teaching assistant in a school in London. So my job was mainly to watch children run into each other at high speeds, which is really entertaining. But occasionally, horribly, they'd come up to you. And they do that for one reason. They wanted to complain about a trivial event from their recent past that you could no longer do a fucking thing about. You know, it wasn't concrete problem, concrete solution. It wasn't I've got a challenging Sudoku for you to help me with. It wasn't I need a 7-letter word for a 17th century French satirist because Will Short is an asshole. Some New York Times crossword fans. No, it wasn't that, and it's Molière, by the way. It wasn't that. It was more like, I feel irrationally upset about life. You're taller than us. Surely you can help. And I couldn't help. Because it was morning, so I was tired. It was England, so I was drunk. And so if a kid came up to me and said something like, Mr. Bellamy, Julia said she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, I'd say something like, well, tell Julia to go fuck herself. It's what we do in the adult world. Works pretty well for us. But one day, a boy came up to me, and he said, Mr. Bellamy, me and Timmy are gay now. Which was new. And that's also the full coming out as well, you know? That's not just, Dad, I'm gay. That's, Dad, I'm gay, and this is my lover, Julio. I believe you've met. And so I was flattered, but also wary. And so I said, do you know what that means? And he said, it's when two men love each other. Which is beautiful and amazing for a 6-year-old boy. And so I said, well, yes, that's right. And so you love Timmy? And he said, oh, no! And punched Timmy as hard as he could in the face and ran away. And I think the hero of that joke is society. But I have a secret, which is a secret, it's a little different. It's a secret I keep from my parents, because it's something I know about them, and they don't know that I know. So it's one of those. It's an entirely true story. When I was 15, we went on a family trip to New York City. It was me, my younger brother, he was 12. It was my dad and my stepmom. And we all stayed in the same hotel room. Because we wanted that authentic, historical New York tenement house feel. We hired some Irish Catholic kids to run around, doing whatever it is Irish Catholic kids do, being ginger. That's what they do, right? That's all they do. And me and my brother are in one bed, and my parents are in the other bed, basically right next to our bed. And it's late at night on the first night, and I can't really sleep. I'm trying to sleep. Everyone else is seemingly asleep. When I hear what I can only describe as a kind of rhythmic creaking from the other bed. You gotta pace yourselves, because it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse and more embarrassing than this.
Oh no.
Because you've got to keep in mind through this whole story that my younger brother, unbeknownst to me at the time, is also awake. Going through all the same things as me. But secretly and silently as I was. And on another level, I said this was a secret, but my parents are here tonight, so they're hearing it for the first time. So that's fun. In the front row, good choice. And so anyway, now, getting right to the point, when you're a few feet away from your own parents engaging in coitus, you go through those famous 5 stages of grief. Like someone has died, and in a way the child inside of you has. Stage 1, denial. No, surely this can't be happening. My dad is just testing the bed springs with his penis. Oh God, oh God. And so you move on to stage 2, anger. Where you want to sit up and shout, what the fuck are you doing? Stop! I'm here in the room! But you can't do that because I don't care if it is even your own dad. You don't cock block another guy. There are rules. But you do move on to stage 3, bargaining. Where you will do anything to make it stop. You'll sell your soul to the devil. But the problem is, it's now past the point of no return. It's now a very awkward situation. And as I said, I'm English, and we're sort of allergic to awkward situations. We're not like you people. I don't know what they do in Peru. You Americans. You're like Marmaduke. You're like big dogs barreling into any situation. Stupidly, confidently, dangerously. We're more like a shitty, wet, slightly gay cat watching the dog from the corner, thinking, what a wanker. But in that bit, the cat is atheist, and the dog is just incredibly racist. It has a gun. Where was I? Oh yeah, so, I'll approach this in the most English way possible and become a sort of Hugh Grant type figure. Pardon me, I couldn't help but notice that you're fatty. Would you mind awfully not doing that? I'm trying to sleep and I don't want to be scarred for life. But when I heard my stepmother ask my father if he had a condom, I kind of gave up on that plan. And went into stage 4, depression. Despair. And put a pillow over my head and prayed that stage 5 acceptance would come quickly, as it were. A little pun there, for the quick. But acceptance never did come, and I'll tell you why. It's because I then heard the 5 most harrowing words that I think maybe anyone has ever heard ever. I heard my stepmother say to my father, stop, I'm too dry. Which, fair enough. You can't blame her for that. If I were a few feet away from my own children having sex, not the children having sex, if I were having sex a few feet away from my own children, I would have trouble getting my juices flowing too. It's fair enough. And you know what? I admire her for trying. I admire them for living out the example that they set for me to always try, even if the chances of success are remote. And that's why I'm a stand-up comic. Woo! Give a round of applause to my parents. I've been Bellamy.
Keep it going for Ben Bellamy. Come on, let him hear it. Yeah. I wish I was gay. There are so many adorable men in here with accents.